Welcome to day 3 of forcing myself to write a Romantasy novel for profit. Yesterday, I educated you by outlining my process when it comes to developing story ideas. Today, you get to actually see the results. Between the 3 main pillars of storytelling, that being plot, character, and setting, I typically like to start out with setting, as I am a fantasy author, and the world building is like the main point. But since this is a romance novel, and I've never written a romance novel before, I believe the most important thing for me to focus on is character. So, everything should start from character. However, I still need a basic understanding of the world building and the plot before I actually get into the characters. When it came to my book setting, the whole process of coming up with this idea was just, I've never written anything in the Victorian era before, so I should make a Victorian fantasy world. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I have over 400 hours in Victoria 3. Rather, it came about because bitches love the Victorian era. Say it with me now. Bitches love the Victorian era. Why do they love the Victorian era? I don't know. Personally, if I were a woman, I would not like the Victorian era very much at all. You're not gonna be one of those rich ladies, you're gonna be a factory worker, girly pop. Gonna get your finger sliced off by a sewing machine. The Victorian era also gives us a lot of things to work with. To start, Jane Austen. That way it's less jarring when I inevitably lean on Jane Austen as a crutch when my inability to write female-centric romance exposes itself. You also get dark academia, a subgenre that is quite popular among Romantasy authors. Besides, everyone loves a good magic school. Third, you get diesel punk. The Victorian era is most often associated with steampunk, but I want to put my world at a more interesting transition point where people realize that steam is the seed oils and microplastics of industrial fuel, and that dinosaur juice makes things go way faster. Fourth, you get British men, parentheses hot. Bitches love British men. Hot. And last but not least, you get cowboys. Kind of. Cowboys aren't really associated with the Victorian era specifically, but they did kind of exist at the same time, and that gives me the right to use them with impunity. I don't need to explain to you why that is a net positive for my book. These are the things that we're going to be taking into account for the setting going forward. I'm also going to make up a bunch of countries along the way, because the characters gotta be from somewhere. Yeehaw, bitches.